प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया जमुना मैया की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर ललिता विशाखा देवी की जय। श्री श्री गौरनिताय की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबली ऑफ डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबली ऑफ डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबली ऑफ डिवोटीज। श्री गुरु जी। हरे कृष्ण। ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया। भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भागवतम 6th canto, chapter 5. Narada Muni cursed by Prajapati Daksha. Today's verse 18. Aishwaram Shastram Utsrijya Bandha मुख्यानुदर्शनम विविक्तपदम अज्ञाय किम असत्कर्मभिः भवेत्। ऐश्वरं शास्त्रमुत्सृज्य बंध मुख्यानुदर्शनम विविक्त पदम अज्ञाय किम असत् कर्मभिर्भवेत्। ऐश्वरं शास्त्रमुत्सृज्य बंध मुख्यानुदर्शनम विविक्त पदमज्ञाय किमसत् कर्मभिर्भवेत्। ऐश्वरं शास्त्रमुत्सृज्य बंध मुख्यानुदर्शनम विविक्तपदमज्ञाय किमसत्कर्मभिर्भवे Mothers, word meaning. Aishwaryam, bringing understanding of God or Krishna consciousness. Shastram, the Vedic literature. Utsrajya, giving up. Bandha, of bondage. Mukhya, and of liberation. Anudarsanam, informing about the ways. Viviktapadam, distinguishing spirit from matter. Ajnaya, not knowing. Kim asat karma bhi bhavet, what can be the use of temporary fruitive activities? Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravind, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Narada Muni had spoken of a swan. That swan is explained in this verse. The Vedic literatures, Shastras vividly describe how to understand the Supreme Lord, the source of all material and spiritual energy. Indeed, they elaborately explain these two energies. The swan, Hamsa, is one who discriminates between matter and spirit, who accepts the essence of everything, and who explains the means of bondage and the means of liberation. The words of scriptures consist of variegated vibrations. If a foolish rascal leaves aside the study of these shastras and to engage in temporary activities, what will be the result? Please repeat. Narada Muni had spoken of a swan. That swan is explained in this verse. The Vedic literature, Shastras, vividly describe how to understand the Supreme Lord, the source of all material and spiritual energy. Indeed, they elaborately explain these two energies. The swan, Hamsa, is one who discriminates between matter and spirit, who accepts the essence of everything, and who explains the means of bondage and the means of liberation. The words of scriptures consist of variegated vibrations. If a foolish rascal leaves aside the study of the Shastras to engage in temporary activities, that will be the result. Purport. The Krishna consciousness movement is very eager to prevent the Krishna consciousness movement is very eager to present Vedic literature in modern languages, especially Western languages such as English, French, and German. The leaders of the Western world, the Americans and Europeans, have become the idols of modern civilization because of the Western people are very sophisticated in temporary activities for the advancement of material civilization. A sane man, however, can see that all such grand activities, although perhaps very important for temporary life, have nothing to do with eternal life. The entire world is imitating the materialistic civilization of the West, and therefore the Krishna consciousness movement is very much interested in giving the Western people knowledge by translating the original Sanskrit Vedic literatures into Western language. The word Vivikta Padam refers to the path of logical discourses concerning the aim of life. If one does not discuss that which is important in life, one is put into darkness and must struggle for existence. What then is the benefit of his advancement in knowledge? The people of the West are seeing their students becoming hippies, and despite gorgeous arrangements of university education. The Krishna consciousness movement, however, is trying to convert misguided, drug-addicted students to the science of Krishna consciousness, science of Krishna, and engage them in the best welfare activities for human society. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shailakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurubhe Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitam Tan Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषः शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ऐश्वरम शास्त्रम उत्सृज्य बंध मोक्षानुदर्शनम विविक्त पदमज्ञाय किम असत कर्मभीर भवेत। Narad Muni had spoken of a swan. That swan is explained in this verse. The Vedic literatures, Shastras, vividly describe how to understand the Supreme Lord, the source of all material and spiritual energy. Indeed, they elaborately explain these two energies. The swan or Hamsa is one who discriminates between matter and spirit, who accepts the essence of everything, and who explains the means of bondage and the means of liberation. The words of scriptures consist of variegated vibrations. If a foolish rascal leaves aside the study of these Shastras to engage in temporary activities, what will be the result? Hare Krishna. So this chapter is Narad Muni cursed by Prajapati Daksha. Narad Muni is one of the Sakyavasa incarnation of Krishna. He is specially empowered by Krishna for preaching Krishna consciousness. When the 24 incarnations of Krishna was explained, so one of such incarnation is also Narad Muni. He is a Sakyavasa incarnation, specially empowered by the Supreme Lord for preaching Krishna consciousness. That is the nature of a sadhu, because he is a original sadhu, one of the 12 Mahajans, those who knows the Bhagavad Dharma. So that is the nature of a sadhu. As Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said, saying, महंत स्वभाव यही तारिते पामर आपनार काज नहीं जान तार घर. This is स्वभाव or this is the nature of a mahanta or a saintly person. He always travels. He always engaged in traveling and preaching. He has not his own selfish purpose. He has nothing to do for himself. But still, he is traveling door to door just to deliver the conditioned souls, to preach Krishna consciousness to them. So Narada Muni is a exemplary saintly person who always engaged in traveling and preaching. Even in course of his traveling, he also one time came in London. Yes, there is in Radha Landaneshwara temple, still there are 2 seats in altar, small seat. One for Narada Muni, one for Brahma. Because one time Srila Prabhupada was giving Bhagavatam class, and when he is speaking in between, he just stunned for few minutes. Then, after some time, then he start again speaking. So when the devotees afterwards, they ask, what happened? Why you remain stunned for some time? So Prabhupada told that, you did not see Narada Muni and Brahma, they came to our temple today. So, Narada Muni is always traveling and preaching. We must have an eye to see him. He is traveling everywhere and preaching Krishna consciousness. So, in one course of his traveling, he come in front of son of Dakhyas. So, the son of Dakhyas were known as Hayasos, as in this chapter mentioned. They are known as Hayasos, and Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Krishna Balaram ki jai, Radha Shyama Sundar ki jai. And how many they are in number? 10,000. Dakhya was such an expert materialist, creating or begetting children. Who can compete with Dakhya? 10,000 children at a time in womb of his wife, Panchajani. Then he ordered his sons to help him increasing population of this creation, of this earthly planet. So, following the order of his father, the Hayasos, the 10,000 brothers, they together went towards western direction. They reached in Narayana Sarovar, that is where the Saraswati river merged into ocean, that side. So that is a very holy place described here. And these 10,000 sons of Dakhya, they every day took bath in that holy water of Narayana Sarovar. And gradually they get purified. They perform so much austerity. Because that is the instruction of Rushabdev also. Tapo Divya Putraka Suddhena Jena Satta. To purify our existence, one must perform austerity. Specifically those who have this human birth. That's why our duty is to perform austerity. Even those days, if someone has a desire to beget a child or procreate a son, then he has to perform austerity. We have seen in Karda Muni also, when Brahma ordered him for help him increasing population, even for to get married, Karda Muni went performed so much austerity to get a qualified wife. Even to find a wife, he performed so much austerity to please the Supreme Lord. Similarly, here when Dakhyas ordered his sons, Hayasos, to help in begetting children, then they could understand that without performing austerity, without becoming a Naisthik Brahmachari, Brahmachari 2 types, Naisthik Brahmachari and Upakurbana Brahmachari. Here is Dakhya, the son of Dakhyas, Hayasos, they are actually Upakurbana Brahmacharis. So they they observe Brahmacharya for a long time, because without performing austerity and observing Brahmacharya, it is not possible to beget children, qualified children, or those who could do something beneficial for the humanity. So even the sons of Dakhya Hayasos, they are performing great austerity, and in those situation, one time in course of his traveling, Narada Muni appeared in front of them. And then Narada Muni started advising them. Narada Muni became very compassionate, seeing these boys. This because Narada Muni feel that these boys are ignorant, they did not know what is the purpose of life. They are performing so much austerity. Actually, by performing such austerity, they are now come to the stage of Paramahamsas. They have now they finish all their desires within their mind. They are no more lusty. But they are performing simply austerity to become qualified to beget children. If the same thing they use for the same austerity they use for pleasing Krishna in devotional service, then they will return back to Godhead. So that is the Narada Muni. That's why seeing them, he became very compassionate. So he started in a previous verse, it was verse 8, Narada Muni said, "My dear Haryasvas, you have not seen the extremities of the earth. There is a kingdom where only one man lives, and where there is a hole from which, having entered, no one emerges. A woman there who is extremely unchaste adorns herself with various attractive dresses, and the man who lives there is her husband. In that kingdom there is a river flowing in both directions, a wonderful home made of 25 materials, a swan that vibrates various sounds, and an automatically revolving object made of sharp razors and thunderbolts. You have not seen all this, and therefore you are inexperienced boys without advanced knowledge. How then will you create progeny?" So the forthcoming verses, starting from text 9 up to now, we are reading today's 18th verse. See, the whole analogy that is Narada Muni made for preaching to Haryasvas. So one word was displaying in one verse. Narada Muni is very expert in making analogies and preaching. Same thing he did for whom? To preach Prachina Bhahishat. He told about story of Puranjan to Prachina Bhahishat. So here is also, he made this analogy, how this material world is created. This whole, everything is just illusory, and due to the illusory energy of the Lord, everything is illusion. This is temporary. When Krishna created this material world, and then in Bhagavad Gita he told, what is the nature of this material world, who has created? Dukkhalayam aswasatam, anityam asukhalokam. Krishna told in Gita. He made a signboard there. After creating this, their signboard is there. This is anitya, this is temporary. This is not false, but this is anitya, this is temporary. Anityam and asukhalokam. This is for give you pain, misery. You cannot find happiness here. Asukhalokam. Krishna is telling this is asukhalokam, this is not sukhaloka. To give this purpose of this material world is not to make you happy. The purpose is to make you miserable, always. So this is dukkhalayam, or other words, Krishna is telling dukkhalayam aswasatam, same thing. So that's why a preacher of Krishna consciousness like Narada Muni, he was traveling and he was just trying his best to convince these sons of Daksha, the Haryasvas. Now Narada Muni saw this, they are perfect candidate for return back to Godhead. For a long time they performed austerities, and now their consciousness is completely pure. One time Prabhupada told in one lecture that one sadhu, he was giving blessings to different persons. First when he saw son of a king, a prince, then the prince paid obeisances to sadhu, then sadhu told, Ayushman Bhava, Chiranjeevi Bhava, you may live long time. Because now you are a son of king, you are enjoying. Maybe in future you practice Krishna consciousness, but now you are simply in enjoying mood. If you leave now, the body, you have so many performed sinful activities, so you go to hell. So you maybe live long time. Then he saw a brahmachari, like sons of Dakya, Hayaswas, they are perfect brahmacharis. Then the saintly person told them, Ma Jiva, don't leave. Just leave now, just leave your body now and return back to Godhead, because you are now completely pure in your consciousness. Who knows, afterwards you may commit so many sinful activities and may become, there is chance of becoming a Jamila. So better now you return back to Godhead. So that is Narada Muni is doing. After seeing this Hayasos, so these people are now perfect candidate. They are completely sinless. Their consciousness is pure. So if they simply remember Krishna by my teaching, perform devotional service, immediately they will return back to Godhead. Then the saintly person saw a butcher. His business is to just killing animals. So the saintly person told, okay, Ma Jiva, Ma Amara. Don't die, don't leave. If you leave, then you cut again so many animals, innocent animals, you are going to killing them. So your sinful activity will increase. Even if you leave this body now, then Jamadutas will arrest you and give you so much, you will get heavy punishment. You will be punished so heavily. Better you don't. Ma Jiva, Ma Amara. Don't leave, don't lie. Then he saw a saintly person. Saintly person, ISKCON devotee, which matured ISKCON devotee, he saw. Then he told, what is? Jiva va, moro va. For a saintly person, for a devotee, whether he is living or he is dying, same. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur told, he reasons seal who thinks that Vaishnavas die. Vaishnava die. When he is living in this material world, he is like Narada Muni, he is continued in preaching Krishna consciousness, and after leaving this body, again he enter into spiritual world, and again he engaged in his preaching. So what is wrong? Saintly person is above all this the happiness or misery. He always, wherever he stays, he considers this is, he engaged in preaching. That's why for him, he can make the material situation into transcendental situation. Like Prabhupada, he went to New York, then he was in Bowery street. And he made this situation there, it's Vaikuntha. But here is, they are not accepted in Guru, Hayasos. They are simply performing so much austerities without any spiritual master. They are simply taking advice from their father. So when Narada Muni saw them, then he became voluntarily their spiritual master. Who? Narada Muni. Similarly, the Prachetas. When the Prachetas taking the advice of their father Pachinavahi, then they are performing austerity also. Who become their Guru? Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva voluntarily came and become their spiritual master and started giving them advice how to perform devotional service. So when, that is the qualification, how to get a spiritual master. If you are innocent, then we are preaching to the innocent peoples. Even generally, even the Madhyamadikari Vaishnava, that is the preaching is the main activity. Like ISKCON, most of devotees are preaching. To whom we have to preach? To innocent peoples. To associate with devotees, to remain away from the non-devotees, not to associate with them, and preach to the innocent. Preaching to innocent and have faith on the Supreme Lord. So in this way, Narad Muni, in course of his traveling, he saw this Hayaso, the sons of Prajapati Daksha. They are a great number, 10,000 in number, and they are not fighting each other. That is the qualification. Why Mahabhagavat become pleased? They are very cooperative to each other to achieve their purpose, to please their father. Same thing with Prachetas also. They are very cooperative each other. They are not fighting each other. They are performing austerity just simply to please their father. So that's why when we are not fighting, cooperative, that is Prabhupada's desire. Prabhupada told also, your love for me, how can you show your love for me? After I leave, how you are cooperating each other to progress this preaching mission, this ISKCON. How you help each other to develop this preaching movement. So that's why Narad Muni saw these people are perfect candidate. Now, if I just little becoming their spiritual master, just advise them how to perform devotional service, definitely they will return back to Godhead very quickly. So that's why Narad Muni started preaching them, and though in previous verses different words in this particular analogy that is Narad Muni has explained, and in this particular verse, which word is explained? The word Hamsa. Prabhupada is telling that in this particular verse, the swan, that is Hamsa, Narad Muni had spoken of a swan. The swan is making so many sounds. What is this swan? That is Shastra. A sadhu always acts according to Shastra. Three things we need in spiritual life: sadhu, Shastra, and Guru. But both spiritual master and a saintly person, and they speaks according to Shastra. They don't just speculate something on their own speculation. They don't speak anything. Whatever they speaks, that is according to Shastra, according to what they have studied in Vedic literatures. Shastra is open in hand of a sadhu. So that's why this particular verse is explaining that Narad Muni had spoken of a swan, and that swan is explained in this verse. Because the Vedic literature, Shastras, vividly describe how to understand the Supreme Lord, the source of material and spiritual energy. Indeed, they elaborately explain these two energies. There is one material energy and spiritual energy. The swan, that is the Hamsa, is one who discriminates between matter and spirit. A sadhu, there are different stages of our spiritual development. Even after someone taking sannyas or renouncing everything, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised, Sarvatyeji jivera kaha vas, after giving up everything, where shall a living entity has to go, where shall he live? Ramananda Rai says, Sri Vrindavana Dhama Jaha Nitya Lila Ras. Essentially, if someone wants to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead or to please Krishna, then after leaving everything aside, his material enjoyment, he should go to Vrindavan. Then he started performing his devotional service there. So even one accepts a renounced order life like that, but there is also different stage. Kutichaka, Bahudaka, then Hamsa and Paramahamsa. First we have to go and settle, make a small cottage and start doing bhajan. Avin Goswami, they are staying underneath the trees. Then he will become Bahudaka, means he start traveling and preaching. First he has to read Shastra, make a good small cottage, and then Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipun. He has to very scrutinizingly read the Prabhupada books, Shastras very nicely. Otherwise, how can he preach? Books are the basis. Preaching is the essence. But what to preach, he has to know the Shastra. That's why after reading Shastra, when he comes to the conclusion and he knows everything, logically, analogically, he could, by argument, he could preach the philosophy to others, then he become Bahudaka. He started traveling, start preaching. And when he become matured in course of preaching, then he come to the stage of Hamsa. Now he become Hamsa. He become Goswami. Maybe a primary stage he is a Godas, but his aim is to become a Goswami. Then, like a swan, if you put some milk, mixed milk and water together and just put it in front of a swan, the swan will drink only milk, left the water here. Water will remain there. So that is the nature of a Hamsa, a saintly person who has come to the stage. Hamsa. So he could see the situation and he will accept the essence of everything. That is only how can I relate myself in Krishna consciousness? He don't accept the bad side. He only accept the good side. Sometimes Prabhupada also give example of a bumblebee and a fly. Saintly person should be like bumblebee. He will just sit where is honey. He will sit on a flower and take honey. But nature of a fly is to see where is dirty things. He has to sit on dirty things and take the dirty from there, then sit another place, spread the dirty things everywhere. To criticize others. That's why Rupa Goswami says, who is the Uttama Vaishnava? How can you know who is the Hamsa or Paramahansa Vaishnava? Upadesamrita, he told the principal quality of a Paramahansa devotee, Ninda Adi Sunya Hrudaya. Ninda Adi Sunya Hrudaya Ipsita Sangalabdhva. In that fifth verse of Upadesamrita, Rupa Goswami is explaining the different types of devotees. Krishneti Jasyagrita Manesha Dikhyasti Chet Pranati Vischa Bhajantamisham Susrusaya Bhajana Vigya Ananya Manya Ninda Adi Sunya Hrudaya Ipsita Sangalabdhva. Told even someone practicing Krishna consciousness in beginning stage, but such a devotee you can just pay obeisances in mind. Hare Krishna, he may not be or may be performing the regulative principles, but he is not advanced. Because still he has a tendency to criticize others and all these things, finding faults with others. And even someone is get initiated, he got initiated and he is practicing Krishna consciousness, he doing deity worship, reading Bhagavatam, sometimes giving classes. But still he has not given up this tendency to criticize others. Ninda Adi Sunya. His heart is not still, pure. Pay at least him Panchanga Pranam, do his obeisances to him. But don't associate with him. To whom we have to associate? Ninda Adi Sunya Hrudaya. He is the Uttama Vaishnava. Even the Baba is there sitting in Radhakund and chant maybe 2 lakh names. Still, if they are not given up the tendency to criticize others, they criticize. You will see the ISKCON devotee immediately start criticizing. They criticize Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, they criticize so many people. So Rupa Goswami is telling, as long as someone are not giving up this tendency of criticizing others, finding fault-finding nature, he cannot be Uttama Vaishnava. That's why he is telling, you have to associate with him, service him, render service to a Uttama Vaishnava, who is Ninda Adi Sunya Hrudaya, Ipsita Sangalabdhva. So he is a Hamsa or Paramahansa devotee. So Narada Muni and Srila Prabhupada, they are in that category. They are Paramahansa devotees, Hamsa devotees. They don't find fault with others. Sometimes they may chastise someone, curse someone like Narada Muni cursed to Nalakubera Manikriva, but that is for their benefit. They not curse like Durvasa, become angry and curse, no. They seeing a conditioned soul, they try their best how to help him, how to deliver that person. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada is also known as, in the modern world, as representing Narada Muni. Just like Daksha cursed Narada Muni, seeing that he preached Krishna consciousness, even we see, after hearing the preaching of Narada Muni, then all the Hayasos, the 10,000 sons of Daksha, they, by performing devotional service, very quickly they return back to Godhead. And Narada Muni himself come to Daksha and told that good news. All your sons now return back to Godhead. But he was not happy. He was happy? Daksha was not happy. He becomes so angry within. And but first time he tolerated. Then the next time he again created Subalasvas, again 1,000 sons. Then next time also Narada Muni came and preached them. Told your elder brothers, they followed my advice. Then now they return back to Godhead. Jadgatva nanivartante tadhama paramang mama. That is so they also followed same thing. And now next time Narada Muni came to say how his son delivered by performing pure devotional service. Now he become angry. So that's why in this material world, two types of the peoples, materialistics and spiritualists. Two energies. So Mahatmas, the saintly persons, they are under Yogamaya. Mahatmanang stupartha dvaivi prakriti asrita bhajanti ananyamanasa gyantvamang bhutadim abhyayam. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita that those Mahatmas, the saintly persons, they are under Yogamaya Shakti or the spiritual energy of the Lord. So that is connecting them with Krishna. They are always remain in Krishna consciousness. And the other peoples, those were under external energy, they are always act in different way. They are in this temporary world. They are hankering after that temporary happiness by the bodily pleasure. But that's why Prabhupada is writing in his purport in this verse that the Krishna consciousness movement is very eager to present Vedic literatures in modern language, especially Western language, English, French, German, to preach this cult of spiritual knowledge everywhere. Because now the education system everywhere is not education. This is actually the school of Sandha and Amarka, so school of Sukracharya. All school, college, universities, whatever the education they are imparting or they are giving the education, that is teachings of Sukracharya or there is Sukracharya or Sandha Amarka education. Where there is no teachings about soul research, not anything, no spiritual knowledge. But Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanang. Among all types of knowledge, I am spiritual knowledge, Adhyatma Vidya. So no one is giving this Adhyatma Vidya in this material world. That's the Prabhupada is writing in his purport. I established this Krishna consciousness movement, and I am so much eager to translate this Vedic literature into English, in Western languages, in English, in German, in French, because the Western peoples they are simply wasting their life in so-called material pleasures. They did not know what is the conclusion of our life. One time in England, one journalist he asked Prabhupada, why you came here? Why you came here? Prabhupada told you, why you come to England? Prabhupada told, okay, you English British peoples, you ruled our country to India so many years, more than 200 years. But you had looted everything. You brought all the gold, all precious metals from our country, even this Kohinoor money, the jewel, Kohinoor jewel that was in Shahjahan's Mayur Singhasana. Even nowadays, even this British queen, he used to wear that special jewel. But you took everything from India, but we have forgotten something to bring. So I came to give that, what you have forgotten to bring, I came to here to give that. That is the culture of India. That is you have forgotten to bring that culture. So I am coming here to give you something, not to take from you anything. I came here to give you that culture. That is Krishna consciousness. So that's why Prabhupada is telling, all this in this material world, specifically in Western world, the education is simply materialistic education, and this process is even following all over the world. Even the Indian people, they are trying to follow this culture. That is, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in his one of his song, Jada vidya jata mayara vaibhava tomara bhajane badha anitya sansare moho janmaiya jibo karaye gadha. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, the Jada vidya, that is the present day education in school, college and universities, that is only the what? Opulence of Maya. Jada vidya jata mayara vaibhava. This is illusory energies. So that is, if someone under the clutches of illusory energy by this illusory education, then he cannot perform bhajan or devotional, he cannot perform devotional service unto Krishna. Tomara bhajane badha, anitya sansare moho janmaiya. Simply, this present day education, the teaching us how to earn money. Money is sweeter than honey and brighter than sunshine. Earn money as much as possible, like Charbak Muni also used to say, Runang kritva ghritang pivet, jabad jivet, sukhang jivet, bhasmi bhutasya dehasya, kutaha punaragamana bhavet. Charbak Muni, one saintly person in Vedic age, he also taught like that. Because he was a rishi, he did not advise to drink liquor. He told, Rinankrita, what to drink? Ghee. Drink more ghee, pure cow ghee, and become very strong, have a strong body, and as much as possible, enjoy sense gratification. So that is one way also the present day education. Prabhupada told, I went to Russia for a few days and I met this Professor Kototsky. And such a great professor, but he told, Swamiji, nothing after life. This body finished, everything finished. So this is going on. Mayavada, Sunyavada, that's why Prabhupada, Nirbishesa Sunyavada, Paschatya Desatarini. That's why Prabhupada is telling in his purport, I am trying my best translating these books into Western languages, because the Western peoples are in illusion. They are more intelligent, they are very intelligent, they are well educated, but they did not know what is the goal of their life. They have everything. That's why I tell with brain. They have everything without a brain. I come here to give you brain. Don't have brain. That's why Prabhupada writing his purport that is everyone, our Krishna conscious movement, one of the purposes is to spread this Krishna consciousness everywhere. Otherwise everyone is suffering. In whole world is suffering. They simply, the modern education is teaching them how to work like an ass. Jibaku karaye gadha, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling. Anitya sansare moho janmaiya, jibaku karaye gadha. Just teaching this living entities or the human beings how to work like an ass, how to earn more and more money, and how to enjoy more and more bodily pleasure. But that is not the purpose of our life. That's why Prabhupada is very much eager, and he is asking every one of us to help in this to him, to spreading this Krishna consciousness. That is this activity of a sadhu. Sadhu is always para dukhe dukhi. Narada Muni also same. He is para dukhe dukhi. That's why they travel always and preach. Prahlad Maharaj in his prayer he told, maybe there are so many saintly persons in India, they want to go to Himalaya and they sit down in a gumpa and try to meditate. Just to deliver themselves. But I don't want to follow their footprints. I cannot go alone selfishly to the spiritual world. Though I am qualified, I know that Nrsimhadev could deliver me. But still I cannot leave this fools and rascals in this material world, and again only myself return back. So that's why there is Vaishnavas, Goshtyanandi Vaishnavas, like Srila Prabhupada, and he is in his purport, he is expressing that idea. We have to translate literatures, and now we know that is Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, in many literatures they are even translated more than 70 languages all over the world. So in this way Prabhupada is advising us that therefore the Krishna consciousness movement is very much interested in giving the Western people knowledge by translating the original Sanskrit Vedic literatures in Western languages. That is the only hope. This Krishna consciousness movement is the only hope for delivering these conditioned souls from the cycle of birth and death. Otherwise, everyone talking about peace and prosperity, they have organized the UNA, United Nations organizations, Commonwealth organizations, so many organizations, but they are all in failure. That's the Prabhupada is telling. This only hope is this Krishna consciousness movement. So following the footprints of Narada Muni and Srila Prabhupada, he is advising us, we should travel and preach. Jare dekha, tare kaha, Krishna upadesh, amar agyay guru haya, tara ei desh. That is the instruction of Lord Chaitanya. Whomever you see, preach this Krishna consciousness. Travel and preach. Bharata bhumite haila manusya janmajar, janma sarthaka kari karo paropakar. Specifically, Mahaprabhu is telling this is responsibility of this Bharatvarsha. Of course, Prabhupada told this Bharatvarsha means also the entire world, earth planet. When Bharat Maharaj was ruling, he was not ruling only this India, he was ruling entire planet. So after his name, this is known as Bharatvarsha. So that is our duty, to become Krishna conscious and to make others Krishna conscious. Okay, Hare Krishna. Time is over. Any question or comment? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.